but I would like to finish up this section tonight if possible.
Yeah.
So let's go through our recap, and then we can get started.
Sure. So I guess I'll start. After 2 sessions ago, investigating a hole in the wall and kind of ending that session in a dark room with an orc eating his own intestines and then dying soon thereafter, we decided that it seemed pretty cozy in there, so we should probably rest for a bit. This resulted in us getting attacked, of course, because it wasn't as cozy as maybe one would have assumed. A dark room with a giant hole in the wall and an orc eating himself probably would be. So we got... I can't remember... I didn't write who we got attacked by first, but we got attacked by some skeletons, I guess. Some skelly-mans. Some revenants, I guess, specifically.
Sorry.
One that kind of had, like... There was 3 of them, one with a visage of, like, a mage or a wizard, a knight, and a hunter that kind of hid in the darkness. Thereafter, we backtracked. We had camp in a safe area, then came back and decided what to do from there, and ran into a group of orcs that, upon tricking them the first time by talking with them, I got my character thing got turned into a pincushion the next time we encountered them, as he tried to go down the hallway where they were. And I guess I'll just pass off from there, I guess.
Honestly, I have a hard time remembering what happened last time because how tired I was. So I don't have good, and I don't have great notes.
Okay.
I don't have good details. I remember picking up axes and some stuff we found, but I don't even remember where exactly we found that stuff. Other than there was a secret door we opened that had and there was a trap door beyond, even in there. But,
Okay.
But beyond that, I'm foggy on details.
Well, after fighting off the 3 skeletons and letting, was it Egg? No, it wasn't Egg. It was Thame that become a pincushion. The good madam sent off a fireball that killed everything, and then we went. I squeezed through a somewhat hidden path, almost fell to my death. We went back to that. Oh, we found that table. That was it. Egg that wanted to take back with him.
Yes, I did want to take that giant table with me
because
it was impervious to damage.
Properties.
Yeah.
And then we headed off north. Found some bodies that had been decapitated. Found some of those insect hills, whatever those are called.
Yeah, the rust monsters.
Everything. Yeah, rust monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And then just kind of proceeded to explore, and then we found the trapdoor. And I'll let Rumble take it.
Rumble is sick, so we're going to skip Rumble.
No, I'm okay. I just can't breathe sometimes.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, never mind then. Rumble can...
the necessary part of talking, though.
Can go.
Yeah, well, so as we were exploring through the Dwarven Keep, found some kind of general purpose rooms, dining area, and kitchen. However, there was one room that looked like a training room with a pit. And Shane, although he is not a cat anymore, decided to get his grubby hands on something hanging on the wall, which put us into combat again with the Skelly Men. And after defeating them for a second time, we decided to kind of hold off there before exploring some more, but I think we did decide to follow down the trap hole. In addition to that, the room with the trap door, there was a dead body with its throat cut. And one sec. Sorry. and it had a note which was talking about the contract in order to obtain the sword and any ruins that they might find for additional cost. The ruins as well, Madame Beldam did see them in a vision before and did share that William of Wheaton was in possession of one of these ruins.
Susanna.
Oh, well, while William of Wheaton possessed one of the runes, another one of the runes was upon the table that Egg so feverishly wanted to take with him. And that particular rune, while we don't really know what it means, the table seemed pretty impervious to all kinds of damage. So since we found the training room and Chain got what appeared to be a wooden training sword, but actually seemed to do a fair amount of damage against the skelly bones that we were fighting, we were just exploring more of what seems to be the Dwarven Keep around here to see what else we can find. Also, it might be worthwhile to point out that the shoes of the dead body that we found next to the trapdoor seemed to match the footprints that we were following from back in Ed's camp, searching for Pippi and the sword from before.
Cool. I guess I'll just fill in with a few last things as a reminder to like us as players more than anything. There was a point where Madame Beldam's tarot cards fell on the ground, and the cards representing the knight, the hunter, and the wizard all were dropped in a way so that it looked like their heads were missing, and the fountain card was in the middle of them as well. And then there was also something to do with a tome card which represented knowledge as well. That might come up, so just as a reminder there. Also, we found out that the runes have something to do. There's possibly 9 runes, as we were talking about the dream Beldam had or whatever. There's possibly 9 runes, and they're being worked in some way to make like an ultimate weapon of some sort by a smith, and that's kind of what we're thinking is probably being stolen here, or why that dude was sent into this keep in the first place. And I just personally am assuming it's probably down there somewhere, which is why I wanted to maybe see what else was in the other rooms before we went down into the lair, where there's probably going to be something terrifying and crazy. And in doing so, we ended off by finding an orc in a corner of a room that was talking to himself, and then eviscerated himself and became a giant orc demon that we had faced before in the forest. And that's where we left off.
Okay.
Can I be a pain in the ass?
Sure.
I only had you share the Wheaton ruin that one time because I knew you would have to import each one.
Uh-huh.
But can I draw out the rest of the ruins for the group?
They're already uploaded, but if you want to draw them out, that's fine. Yeah.
No,
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, so you mean so he shares them with us?
Yeah, man.
Gotcha.
Give me a sec. Because I have to make sure that I don't reveal too much about them in doing so in their file names. But yeah, give me just a second, I can do that.
Yeah.
While he's doing that, as kind of like an out of character theory, does anybody else think that the Skellybone guys are on a timer?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Or they're set to like.
I mean, they might be set to certain rooms.
Well, the second time was after he touched the sword. And they specifically had a line about him being greedy.
Oh, no, they didn't. That was out of character. I think.
Well, like, there didn't seem to be any kind of trigger for the first room where they attacked us.
Yeah, we were just.
It just kind of came
It's
out
true.
of nowhere.
We were on watch, and then an eerie feeling befell us before they came. I didn't think about it. You might be right. In which
No, I'm
case,
thinking-
we should not just hang around probably as much as we have been.
Well,
Or
I
perhaps
mean, I
get
could
into
be
a fight
wrong. You know,
with
it's
some
just,
greater demon or something.
I mean, there definitely might be stuff, worth discovering left in the keep. It's just we need to be aware that that's going to happen
Yeah.
however often.
We all agree that the demon thing that came to life at the very end of last session that we're going to have to deal with now at the beginning of this one is likely similar, if not the same thing that we fought before, right? In the forest?
Forests, yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember
didn't
if
think about that.
I don't remember if we did anything special to it. I think we just hit it as many times as we could until it died. So
Oh, and then it exploded though. Right?
it might be a good thing to just do that again. Just hit it till it dies.
Honestly, like the demon orc. No, I could be wrong, but if I'm remembering correctly, the demon orc didn't explode. It just kind of dissolved into a pile of ash. It was
I think so.
the bulbous, like swords, poisonous, like
The
bulbous orcs that
pustuled
exploded.
orcs.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
They,
think
they
you're
were
right.
the ones that
Talked about.
exploded.
What ones did we find in the forest that looked like
Well-
demons?
When
Well,
one
we
of
found
the
one
orcs
demon and
died,
two-
it turned
two
into
bulbous.
a demon, essentially.
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
The thing I remember specifically that's tied in this one to that one was the description of the red eyes.
We can
Mhm.
always ask him if we've seen it before.
Wolf, if you're changing names on them, the circle with the 3 dots and the arrow, I will explain to the group. So
Give me just a sec.
Yeah, no worries.
I just
While we're
wanted to make
waiting.
sure that it didn't show the file name when I uploaded it. So
I'm gonna hit bathroom while we're waiting on you.
Sure.
Okay.
That reminds me, I'm gonna look at my stats right now. Yeah, just as I thought, we didn't end on a rest. Okay.
no, you did not.
No, we did not. All right, this is gonna be fun.
we started with a rest.
Last time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, this should be interesting.
That's
Come
one way to
on.
put it.
Why are they not showing up? I'm uploading them, and now they're not showing up. Excuse me?
I forgot
Oh,
for sure, but Homer, you have battle axes, right? Like you have weapons now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good.
He has 3 of them, I thought.
I have 3 battle
that's
axes.
right.
I have a dagger.
Okay. Okay. So you have stuff this time.
And I have rust antennae.
Yeah, that's true. Don't we have like 24 of those and 2
I have
giant ones?
23 of the regular ones and 2 from the broodmother.
Yeah, I have 1 regular one, so that's the 24th.
I also have one regular one wrapped around my quarterstaff.
Dude, that's smart.
Yeah.
the quarterstaff that you won't share with your polearm master.
Alright, I'm back.
Whatever. I have to defend myself somehow.
You could have a battle axe.
What am I, the 4-foot nothing thing, gonna do with a battle axe?
Drag
I
it.
got
Swing
this
it.
dagger. I have it written down as a sweet dagger, even.
Wait, where did you get the dagger?
Sweet dagger.
It was on the dude.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you had taken that. That's fine.
Yes, I
Who
took the
has
dagger
all
and I
their-
took his hooded lantern. I also have.
Yeah. Yeah, I did write that. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
no, I
You know
took
what?
his dagger as well.
I wrote it down as long knife. So,
Long
yeah.
knife.
Because I write down exactly how things are described.
Yeah.
It's a long knife. Alright, I'm getting there.
I have it down as a wicked knife.
Oh.
Wicked
Ooh.
smart.
Oh.
Wicked smart.
Alright, this should just about all be uploaded and shared with you guys.
Cool.
No, not just Madame Beldam, all players. There you go. Alright. Can you guys see them? Are they there in your handouts?
Mhm.
They
There are many
are.
mysterious runes.
Okay.
Nice.
Are any of them... Do I need to name any of them? I don't remember what I told you guys.
The one two below the Millennium Puzzle.
Okay.
I will explain to the group that in my vision I saw that symbol on an egg, which later hatched into a dragon, and then
Okay.
that ruin was later on the dragon's scales as well.
Okay, that's fine.
Egg, are you gonna hatch?
Alright, so
I
as a
hope not.
recap...
That sounds
uh,
painful.
I'm going to run back the description on the room that we are currently dealing with, and then we can get going.
I'm gonna switch to that map.
Oh, yeah, you guys are on the camp. I'm sitting here looking at it. And I forgot. You guys up. I also cleaned up all of my pages, and so I had a moment of panic because so many things were missing up above. Okay. Peering within reveals what looks to have at one point in time been bunks. The weapon racks on the walls lead you to believe this may have been one such area where soldiers rested. Though the frames have long since rotted away or been eaten by the rust monsters, there are marks on the floor indicating where those posts may have been. A lone orc appears to be kneeling in the corner, oblivious to your presence. You can see a gore-covered long knife resting at his side, and the wet smacking sounds of eating can occasionally be heard of the distant thunder of the waterfall reverberating through the keep. As he eats, he begins to speak what almost sounds like a prayer in Orcish. Though you can't make out the language, as he completes his prayer, he seems to finally notice you, turns his head, and the gore and blood of the corpse he was consuming, staining his tusks red and drenching his lower jaw and neck with blood. He begins to stand. Who just moved?
I did, because I couldn't see anyone.
I can't see,
Oh.
anything either.
I
Okay,
can see me.
you guys can't see yourself?
No, I can. I can.
No, right.
No.
Turn that off. Turn that on. Can you see yourself
Yep.
now, Paul?
Yep. Perfect.
Why do I have to do that? Can anybody else not see themselves? Or not see?
No, I can. I just have a small circle, and I couldn't see where anyone else was. So I was just trying to get.
I don't think we have light, do we?
I have
Yeah.
a small circle. Now I have nothing. Now I
Oh.
can't
Right,
see myself
right.
either. There we go. I'm back.
I'm just going through and doing this for everybody.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
And then turn that off. And then turn that on. Okay. Where was I? Begins to stand, turn to face you, drawing the same knife twice across his chest before plunging into his wrist. He snarled something in broken common to you about granting him a warrior's death, or the death of a warrior, and then standing before, his body is consumed in flames, and standing before you is a similar looking fearsome demon orc with the same barbed greatsword as before. And then I believe that's where we ended. And
Yeah.
we had so we need to roll initiative, I believe.
Okay, so I should move back.
Yes.
Where I was. Okay. I think it was here.
Let me kill all the turns. Okay.
You want our health on red, right?
Yeah, I changed it all the other day.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
So that now everybody's first bubble is red now.
Well, my middle bubble is for whatever reason,
Yeah.
but it's red. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the first one in the sheet whenever you change stuff.
Gotcha. Yeah, that's true then.
Mhm.
Are we rolling initiative outside of the room?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Technically, yes, because you guys don't hear or know anything yet, except maybe Thane will get there. But you can't just like move around willy-nilly while that's going on. We can re-roll. I honestly, your initiative will take place, I guess, when and if you enter combat.
Even though I selected my token, it didn't send it to the thing. So I'll add it manually.
Can you control your token, Paul?
I can.
Okay. Oh, Petalins didn't get added either. There.
Thank you.
Okay, Madam Beldam, technically you're first. What were you doing in the pit?
I was mostly staying back while waiting, so I am just perusing the surroundings.
Okay. Then Broken Chain, the initiative is yours.
Alright. So just for clarification, where is he? I can't, like, is he right there?
Yeah.
Okay. I can just barely see.
How
far is he?
Why can you barely see? Hold on. Because you have... Unless there's something blocking line of sight. Which
I can somewhat see him. It's just, like, given the graphic and the fact that he's beyond a good light, it's just kind of...
Yeah.
But let's see, how far is he? 5.
There. Does that make it easier to see him?
Yeah. $20, $25, $30.
Any of the beds or the rubble are difficult terrain.
Sure. I'm just gonna see all that. How did he die? Did he just go up in flames? Is that right?
Yeah, there was like a swirl of smoke and flame.
And I'm just gonna be like, yeah. No. Hey, Fame, you're needed.
Are you finished?
Yep, that's my turn. Yeah, I'll pull out my weapon.
All right, Petalin, what were you doing in the training room?
Well, Petalin's kind of hurt, so she was just kind of keeping a sharp ear out, listening for the guys who are scouting ahead, kind of maintaining a kind of watch.
Sure.
So do I need to maybe roll perception or something to see if I can hear sounds of distress or anything from the room that they're in?
Was he loud?
No.
Okay.
So there wouldn't you wouldn't be able to hear anything, even if you rolled like as high as possible.
Okay, so I'll just I'm just kind of keeping wary for everyone.
Sure. All right, Thane.
Okay. I guess I'm needed, and I'm just gonna take a look.
So
I see from here.
Yeah. Okay, so you take a look inside and see one of the great towering demon orc hybrids. It's got that big, like, demonic greatsword.
Okay. As soon as I see this, I think immediately I wish Chain had just fucking said what was going on. And I take my last 2 steps I can take here. And I will yell out, "We got trouble," as down the hallway to see if the rest can hear me.
Okay. The
Uh-oh.
half demon.
A question real quick. When did we last fight a half demon, half orc? I'm trying to remember it.
In the
Session
woods.
6. Session 6.
In the woods
was-
after you guys pushed the giant corpses down the hill.
Yeah, it was when we were fighting those other two orcs that had like the pustules and like gross
Okay,
poison
okay.
sacks.
Yeah.
So this one snarls upon seeing you and says something in Orcish. It says, the half-breed again. And just like
Oh.
starts advancing toward you.
See, aren't
Interesting.
you glad that I didn't say more?
No?
Uh,
Well, we'll see if it can reach me first before I answer.
smashes the bed as he walks by it.
How does it recognize you?
Right?
It's a little creepy.
I think they can. Yes, they can attack after moving. So
Oh, god damn it.
Fuck.
he's gonna, like, basically he just marches toward you and walks you down.
Okay.
As he gets close, you just feel like this aura of fear emanating
great.
from him.
Uh-huh.
So I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Of course you do.
I didn't think he'd be able to catch up to you, Thame.
I didn't know either.
You shake off the feelings of terror
Okay.
just in time to see the first greatsword swing coming to take your head off at your shoulders. You duck just in time, and the blade misses. His follow-up, however, does strike true.
Okay.
For 7 damage.
Of course. All right.
As the barbed blade just sinks into the exposed flesh of your side.
That's not so bad.
Yeah. I fall to my knees and just start choking blood up at this.
Sure.
Oh my
Alright.
god.
Egg, you may have heard we've got trouble. You may have heard some gurgled grunts echo down the halls. Let's roll perception and find out.
All right.
You didn't. Over the sound of the roaring waterfall in the distance and the other eerie, ominous sounds throughout the cave, you didn't quite make out the sounds you did not hear. So,
All right.
Madam Bellum. Oh, I mean, Egg, if there's something you were gonna do, you
I
can...
was gonna just walk more into the room
Sure,
like-
go ahead.
because of where I was, gonna walk.
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
So I walked
that's fine.
to be next to where I can see Madame Beldam and Petalin.
Oh, all right. Well, you would be below Madam Beldam and on the same plane as Petalin.
Okay.
It's 10 feet down.
Oh, gotcha.
So, Madam Beldam, as you study the intricate rune works carved into the walls in what you can only assume is old dwarvish script, you're too lost in thought and curiosity to notice the shouting of your friends. Broken chain.
Cool. So wait, is Thame down?
No, he is
you're-
not currently down.
Okay. Let's see. Is he not looking good though?
Oh no, he does not look good.
Okay.
After being pincushioned, and now hacked at. No, he's anything but looking good.
Well, I can actually see Egg's light now.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna yell trouble again,
Okay.
and then just do a fucking war cry
Mhm.
towards him. And slash with my advantaged short sword +1.
Why is it at
So give
advantage?
this because I'm nearby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But are you saying? I don't think you get advantage on that, do you?
Oh wait, no, you're right. You're right. It's not advantage. It's I attack with my sneak attack.
Yes.
17.
Give me 1 second. I had to pull the template back up because I accidentally closed the book. Yes, that does hit.
$23 damage.
Pretty good. All right, so you lash out with the wooden training sword. Again, not entirely sure why you decided that a training sword was going to be an excellent weapon, but you lucked out, and it turns out to have been more than just a wooden training sword. The magical aura around the weapon seems to bypass any natural armor that the half-demon might otherwise have, and you find no resistance to the dull blade as it cuts through its demonic flesh.
Oh, I assumed that I would have picked up on that once I attacked the...
Right, I'm just reiterating for
Oh,
anybody
okay.
else.
Gotcha.
Okay. Are you finished?
Yes.
Petalin, you have the initiative as you have now heard 2 shouts coming from down the hall.
Okay, so I have heard the shouts then.
Yes.
Okay.
The second shout eliminates the need for a perception.
So I will go ahead and move.
You need to climb up the side there.
So does that is
Wait,
that considered?
Oh, hold on. It's 10 extra feet of move. There are 2 ladders that are on the wrong layer. No, don't close. Let's put that there. Ooh, it's a big ladder. There. And okay.
Okay, so having heard the cries down the hall, I will also yell to my 2 companions still in the room that they're in trouble. We have to go.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll try to move up. So I'll go 5, and then it's
10 feet up.
10 feet up, so that makes 15.
Mm-hmm.
And then another 10 makes 25, and then 5, so that'll end my turn.
Okay.
So that's as far as I can move.
You can move twice if you're not taking an action.
Oh, well, if I'm not taking an action, I can go. I can move another 30 feet. There we go.
Can't you dash? Oh, I see. Never mind.
No?
I mean, she can dash, but that would have been her action.
Mhm.
You can take the dash action. Isn't that just moving again, though?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Fame. What do you do?
So I see Chain yell again, and then I guess that bolsters me a little bit, so I kind of like climb up from my knees and just stab my spear behind me twice in succession to try to see if I can catch it off balance.
Sure.
The thing that just attacked me.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the first one...
Both hit.
The first one, I did this as well.
All right.
And I'll roll damage.
Will you put your save DC in your blue bubble?
Oh, I see. Like, as part of that? Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, just on your character, because that's what I did for the mages. I put their spell save DC.
Oh, I
their
see
blue
what you mean.
bubble.
Yeah, sure. Hold up.
Okay. That way I don't have to ask you guys every time.
Sure. I thought you might put it in the actual description when I roll it, which I could also do, I guess.
I know, because it'll change over time.
True. Okay.
Okay, so 8 and 7. So 15 total damage with your spear.
Mm-hmm.
And then stunning strike. 1 point. Con saving throw. Okay. The creature looks dazed as you thrust the spear forward, puncturing it twice, and then whip the butt end around and clock him on the skull. And despite his demonic hide, it appears that there is still enough orc in there to mean that its brain can be rattled.
Cool. Yeah, okay.
The creature stands there shaken a moment, attempting to free itself from the concussive force of your strike. Egg, you've heard shouting twice now, and Pedalin as well has called out that your friends are in trouble. What do you do?
I will follow Pedalin.
Okay.
So that's 20 to get me here.
And then top of the ladder, right there, would be 30.
That's 30. And now I will use my action for another moves.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Okay. You make out the towering half-demon orc just in the distance, I believe. I think your torch reaches there.
I can, I think I see his feet. I see like
Yeah.
half of them.
Okay. Well, I mean, you see the body just because the way roll 20 puts the tokens on there. Okay,
So
Madam
half
Beldam.
I will also double move. Roll 20, please.
You can get like
there we
right
go.
here.
No,
No.
it was
Okay.
3 up from that.
Ah,
with
okay.
60.
You say 3 up from that?
Mm-hmm.
So, here?
Yep.
Okay. Is it not letting you move your token?
Oh, it like stutters real
okay.
bad.
That's weird. All right. Jane, your companions seem to be arriving one at a time around the corner, trickling in, as it were. But for now, you have an angry orc on your doorstep. What do you do?
I turn to look at him and say, "Nice of you to join us." So I whip around and stab at it with my short sword again.
Sure. That's, yeah, absolutely a hit.
Wow. 3 ones.
Yeah, it happens. You slip the half orc your wood, and
Nice.
once again it punches right through his flesh as though it were sharpened steel. He lets out a roar, still dazed from the previous blow.
Oh, does that mean it was an auto hit?
No.
He's stunned.
No. He's stunned. Not.
Okay. I'll just go ahead and swing with my other sword as well.
Okay.
So I'm just hanging about.
Oh, you know what? Attack rolls against the creature do have advantage when it's stunned.
Oh.
Really?
So I'll
Wow.
count.
Mm-hmm. A stunned creature is incapacitated, can't move, and can speak only falteringly. Creature automatically fails strength and dexterity saving throws, and attack rolls against the creature have advantage.
Oh.
Alright, I'll just roll again then. Nope.
Unfortunately, no. Your second blow fails to strike true. almost as though, like, I don't want to say like enamored, but you're just like, oh wow, this wooden sword is awesome, and then you swing with a metal one that's significantly heavier, and you just miss. Like the you thrust it forward or swing it from the side, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't cut into the orc. It almost bounces off. Petalin, you have the initiative.
Okay. Continuing my run forward, I will move 1, 3, 4, there. So I can actually see the thing now.
Mm-hmm.
And then seeing how big and scary it is, I remember the one in the forest, and I remember bashing it to death with my spiritual weapon.
Did
So
you get the killing blow on it?
I think I did.
Yeah, I think she did.
I'm almost certain that I did.
Okay.
So I will probably cast spiritual weapon again. Do I get advantage since that's an attack on it while it's incapacitated, or?
Yes. The attacks against it. So give me 1 second. I'll get your spirit weapon. Again, I wish that you could tie it to the spell so that it just popped up.
Mm-hmm.
You ask too much of roll 20.
Yeah, well. Controlled by Pelin. Give it a little aura so that it's visible. And then you may be surprised to see that rather than the typical mace that you summon, there's a blade.
Oh, I like it.
Ooh.
This gives me power, and I will cast at a higher level.
Actually, I don't know that you can upcast that one yet. I think the spell slot that you need is going to be at 4th.
All right, so should I recast it at the 2nd level?
Well, no, because you're still rolling 1d8. But yeah, I mean you're casting it at 2nd level, but it's dealing, so it does the same amount of damage. Because you need to use a 4th level spell slot to make it do the 2d8 damage.
Okay, so.
Yeah, I looked up the spell. Upcasting it is still like one of the best things you can do, but it takes a 4th level spot instead of a 2nd. Because Spirit Weapon is a 2nd level spell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thame and Chain may recognize the blade as looking eerily similar or familiar to the one that was in Ed's workshop.
Oh. Interesting.
Okay. 26 to hit. That is definitely a hit. And then 11 damage. The magical force weapon easily cuts through the creature's flesh, rending gouts, and you see black blood just oozing out from the places where it's been stabbed by first a wooden sword, then a spear, and now the magical force sword.
I'd like to also spend a sorcery point to cast Healing Word on Thame. Since
Okay.
I can very clearly see that he's coughing up blood.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay.
Thank you.
Are you finished?
Yep, that'll do it.
Thame, you have the initiative.
Yeah, so I see this weapon slashing at it, and then I start just feeling better, kind of out of nowhere. And I guess I just, like, stab at it twice, and then use the leverage from the second attack to like pull myself in and just hit it twice with my fists as well.
Sure.
So let's roll all of that bullshit right now.
That's a miss. That's a hit.
Then the
That's a miss.
flurry of
That's a
blows. And then because of the flurry of blows, one of them hit, so that should actually be a 13, I think. Or no, wait, it's probably just always that now that I think about it, because that's from the text. So it's 12.
So that's way of the open hand.
Yeah. The first one. I'm trying to knock him prone with the hits.
Flurry of blows impose one of the following effects. Dexterity saving throw, strength saving throw. No, I think it is... Like, why would that be a 12? Do you have any stats that would make that a 12?
No, that's just from the text.
Because I'm looking at it right now. This is
Uh-huh.
open hand technique,
Yeah.
and it doesn't have a number on it.
Oh, no, I have
So
no
that
idea
should-
why, man.
So it should be your class modifier, so it's a 14.
Okay.
So
I should
what were
probably
you
delete
going
that
for?
then. Sorry, the first one, to be knocked prone.
Okay. So as you attempt to sweep the leg, as it were, the creature's thick, muscled calves just kick him, and it looks down at your puny attempt, and then back at you. And despite the demonic possession, like the horns and other spiky bits that aren't quite as orky, you get the distinct feeling that he's kind of looking at you with one eyebrow arched, like, really? There's a smirk on his face.
I'll roll the damage either way.
Okay. So 12 on the spear and then 8 from the unarmed.
Yeah.
So the spear punches through no problem, but even your blow feels resisted by the flesh of the creature.
Okay. That's my turn.
Okay. Now sensing, perhaps, that he is on his back foot, and it's more than just the snack of the Ergonasi and the deeply wounded half-orc. The creature hesitates for a moment, swinging at the greatest offender, Chain, first with his greatsword. It misses wide.
Oh,
As
thank
you
God.
easily sidestep, throwing his own safety and caution to the wind. Let me make sure that I know how this works again, because 5th edition changed too
It's
much.
just like the barbarian extra attack or whatever.
No. Hold on. Moves out of your reach. Oh, so you can... Oh, fucking, that's great. I can move within reach all I want. You guys can't A of O. All right. Steps forward and just snarls at the floating blade while leaning down with lightning quick reflexes and attempting to just take a chunk of flesh out of Petal Inn with his teeth. And indeed, the great maw opens and closes on your shoulder, tearing a chunk of flesh free and
It's
dealing
hardcore.
7 damage.
Oof.
Egg, the initiative is yours.
All right. Well, let's move up. 10. 15. 20. So it should be in
That's-
range.
Yeah, you're in range, and you're out of movement. That's
Yeah.
3 squares of difficult terrain, so...
Oh, okay. No problem. Well, I will attempt to hit him with my One of my axes, I guess.
Okay.
So I don't know what else I could do.
You absolutely hit him.
Damn.
Seems pretty good.
Seems like it.
Okay. Do you have other attacks, don't you?
Yes, I will pop a superiority dice to try and trip him.
Okay. Adds damage roll. Must make a strength saving throw. What's the saving throw?
It should be 14.
Okay. Well, you go ahead and add that to your blue. So. Or be knocked prone. All right. So you swing this big battle axe over your head.
Yes.
Like just this monstrosity, and cracks right down on his skull. And then just like you just lay all of your strength into it and just like haul him down bodily while this axe blade is wedged into the skull of the demon, and literally just like pull him down forcefully by raw strength alone. What can we use? How about this sad man face?
Yeah,
How does
makes
that
sense.
work? The axe blade itself, however, has trouble penetrating the flesh of the demonic, the demonic hide of the half orc, or half demon, and as such, you feel as though you didn't quite do what you could have otherwise. You have other attacks though, right?
Yes.
But he is prone now, so.
Okay,
those
so I
are-
get advantage.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I guess now that he's on the now that I've pinned him with the axe, that didn't seem to do as much as I wanted it to. I'm just gonna let go of the axe and stab him with the dagger in that wound that's those other weapons have been making.
Sure. That's a hit.
Sweet dagger.
I just get in there.
The
I just like
wicked
jump on him
dagger.
and go, Gah!
Where was the sweet dagger from?
The guy in the room with the
With the case,
hatch?
with the missive.
yeah, I got it when I got
okay.
the hooded lantern.
Oh, okay. All right. The dagger does punch into the hide of the creature. Again, it feels resisted, almost like the flesh of the creature is knitting itself back together, or at least fighting against the natural iron.
Mm-hmm.
Are you finished?
Yes. No. Actually, to end my turn, I will use second wind. My bonus
Okay.
action.
Okay. And Madame Beldam, the
So-
initiative is yours.
All right.
Wow.
13.
Damn.
Take a deep breath and steel yourself and will your wounds to close.
Hitting things makes me feel better.
Go figure. Fighters can just keep fighting. Don't need to rest.
Madame Beldam comes around the corner out of breath, having to run on her thin legs,
Mm-hmm.
In high
And
heels.
and
heels.
seeing this giant thing prone on the floor, takes the easy way out with some magic missiles.
Yeah, that'll actually do it. As the last card missile strikes home, the creature cries out, "I will have your heads!" and then just like poof into ashes and smoke and a cloud of just like sulfuric scent. Smells distinctly of rotten eggs.
I wonder if that was the warrior's death he wanted.
I'm gonna relay to the group that it recognized me. So we might have faced this orc at some point.
Petalin collapses to her knees, clutching her ribs and spitting up blood.
You guys actually remember like an orc that we talked to that got away at some point? Because I'm like out of character or whatever. In character doesn't matter. I'm trying to remember.
There was the one that you actually talked to when we had the
oh shit! You're right.
There was also there was also the orc caster from the woods before we even went into the mountains back when they came at us with the dog.
Oh yeah.
The caster fled before also.
Yeah, one of them got away, didn't it?
This guy seemed like
okay.
a caster.
Knowing this information, Wolf, would I have recognized this face of this orc? Or is this kind of an all orcs look the same
So, being an orc, you would definitely have more of an advantage in recognizing him. So, roll an int check.
Sure. Yeah.
Actually, no, sorry, that should have been charisma, but...
Oh, that's a save.
Well,
you didn't roll
you... I mean...
I did roll
I
a
guess
save.
it's the same, yeah.
Yeah.
So you rolled a 3. What would that be adding your charisma bonus to it?
It would have been a 5.
So no, you didn't recognize him.
Okay.
Okay. What now as combat comes to an end?
As the
Petalin
spiritual
on her
weapon of the
knees.
sword dissolves, Petalin kind of reaches out as if she's going to grip the handle of the sword, but it poofs into smoke in her hand.
Sure.
Just kind of goes back to holding her wounds.
That's so sad.
Petalin, I don't feel so good.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Up his weapons and goes, I feel so refreshed.
How you doing there, little one?
And place my hand on top of Petalin's head.
So
Don't
you
end a
regain
sentence with
5.
an adverb.
So I gain 5. Nice.
Would that end badly?
Yes. Yes, it would.
I would like to investigate this room a little bit. Like, so these are like weapon racks?
No, these are bunks.
These are bunks. Okay.
Yeah, and then there were.
And I would have told them what happened.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
There
and
are
that
weapon racks on the walls that you believe may have once been where soldiers rested, though the frames have long since rotted away or been eaten by the rust monsters. There are marks on the floor indicating where the posts would have been.
Okay. I guess the first thing that comes to my mind is this amount of rock here looks suspiciously bigger than a lot of the other piles.
Sure.
Do I see a source where they would have come from?
Yeah, give me just a sec.
Sure.
I'll go over that first, and then I'll mention the bodies up in the corner. So if you look up, you can see that the wall has crumbled in a little bit, but that the ceiling has also caved in this room in particular.
Okay.
It's just there's a big chunk of cave ceiling that's missing in here.
Okay.
Perhaps indicated by something having crashed into it, or because it doesn't look like a little rock fall. It looks like the rock has maybe been torn out.
Okay.
And then to the north is a mostly eaten corpse. Well, not mostly eaten, but like definitely chewed on and a bit eaten corpse of an orc. And then in the corner next to that orc is a beheaded goblin.
Really likes their heads around here.
I would like to check the pockets or packs of either of the bodies, I guess.
Sure.
If they're around.
Sure. So that is.
Is anyone else bothered by the fact that Everything in here is decapitated.
Yeah.
These
Best
a
way to
small
kill something.
pouch containing about 25 silver pieces, and then there's nothing on the goblin. Just like
wouldn't
he's
lose my
wearing a
head about
loincloth and has a small stick, as well as a crude knife. More of a kitchen knife than an actual dagger.
I'll point
That
at that
was
corpse and say, "Egg,
25?
one of your friends." Yeah, 25 silver.
Can't say I know him.
Can't say you see him.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about? What? Who? Where?
I ignore his question and just investigate a little further,
Sure.
I guess.
So the orc corpse is like, again, just the stomach is cut open and the intestines have been pulled out and at least chewed on, if not partially eaten. Then if you guys want to look for any further clues, you can always search the room. So,
I'm into searching the room.
okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm good with that too.
May as well.
So, if there's anything in particular you're looking for that you can describe to me, you can roll investigation. Otherwise, just a perception check will do.
I'd like to investigate the pile of ashes from our dead friend.
Sure.
See if there's anything unusual there.
I want to investigate near these corpses any sign of them fighting back, if it was just kind of like a massacre, any scuff marks, maybe like something like the goblin being dragged in or something, like anything that would
Sure.
lead me to believe that maybe this wasn't just like two things that died at where they were standing for some
Okay.
reason.
Okay. All right. Give me just a sec as I will go down the list.
Sure.
Chain, as you're just perusing around the room, nothing really important stands out to you. The beds have long since rotted away and are dilapidated. What is that? Why is that a thing? Oh, that's nothing there. It's just a declaration. Okay. So yeah, just like the dilapidated craftwork within the room itself, and then of course the hole in the ceiling where something's been ripped out of it. In fact, in this room in particular, I'm sure you noticed that an entire section of the wall was like pulverized into rubble. It's in fact where you're standing now, rather than just the usual like whatever tore its way through here, tearing its way through the doorway. Perhaps indicating that there was some sort of struggle or strife in this area in the past. Thame, as you inspect the bodies and look for any signs of struggle or whether or not they were massacred, you see there are several puncture wounds in the orc whose intestines were cut free, and then a single puncture wound through the chest cavity of the goblin. In fact, as you're taking a look around the area, you spot something underneath the rubble to the north. Looks like a hand sticking out from
Okay.
beneath.
I'll go to it and
Okay.
I guess investigate further. What type of hand is it?
It looks... No, it's pink and fleshy.
Oh. I'll call over the others to take a look and help, I guess.
Okay.
I'll head over to help move rocks.
Sure. So as you guys struggle to clear away the as you quickly and efficiently clear away the rubble, you... God, why is that so huge? Let's just toss that in the corner. You uncover the body of a woman wearing rags with the rough imprints, or not rough imprints, just like, her body has been crushed by stone, but there is a long gash across her midsection as well from perhaps a blade or an axe.
Okay.
Is she wearing rags similar to the slaves in the previous rooms?
Yes.
Is she very obviously just human, or does she look like a hybrid?
No, No, she's just human.
Just human? Okay.
Yeah.
She doesn't look familiar, does she?
No.
Okay. I will investigate her for loot.
Okay.
I guess primarily because she's a woman, I would be looking at her fingers and around her neck for, like, jewelry.
Sure.
Egg, you may want
You
to
can
examine
roll investigation.
the slash on her stomach to see what kind of weapon made it.
As you're looking over the body, the first thing that stands out to you are the deep wound or deep cuts and scar tissue around the wrists and ankles where manacles would have once been. Any jewelry that she may have owned would have long since been taken away, and like her death is somewhat recent, as is evident by the mostly very faint smell. She hasn't really quite started to decompose. It looks like she was killed and then crushed, but otherwise isn't carrying anything of importance. However, as you turn her over, you got a 15? Yeah. As you turn her over, you notice what looks like a small lever that was underneath her against the wall. Not really, more of like, you know those door handles that are like a square that you pull out? I don't really know how to explain them.
Like at a convenience store, for example?
Well, it's like so it's like
Oh, like for like an old RV door or something.
Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
Like that cut into the stone behind her.
Oh, I see. Like flush with the wall, you would put your fingers in and then like pop it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll point it out to the group in case they don't see it.
Okay.
What race is this girl again?
Human.
That's interesting. So does it seem like she was killed here or moved here after she was killed? Is there a blood trail?
There's no blood trail. It looks like she may have been killed here.
Okay.
In fact, within the I'll just give this to you guys since everybody rolled pretty decent investigations. As you were clearing the rubble, you noticed several pieces of wood. They may have been part of a makeshift spear.
Gotcha.
So just for clarification, there wasn't anything in the ashes of the demon orc that I searched?
I mean, the weird thing is that they're creatures' ashes of a demon orc. You can collect some if you like, but no,
I already have a vial of it. It's fine.
Okay.
Well, I think we should open this.
Yeah,
or
let's
pull
do it.
this door handle.
Do you think she was probably running towards the handle when somebody killed her, or?
Maybe she
Possibly.
just popped out.
She's trying to escape.
The rocks that
Yeah.
we moved that crushed her, was it obvious where they came from? Like from the ceiling?
They came from like part of like the wall.
The walls? Yeah.
There.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's touch it. Why not? It goes so well for us every time.
This can only end well. I will open it.
So
Okay.
Egg pulls the lever.
Yes.
It, crafted by expert hands, the small lever or handle easily pulls outward. You hear a click, and then the wall next to the bunk shifts over to reveal. How about this? Move that. Put that there. Put this on top. There. A set of stairs going downward
Oh, that's
Other way
ominous.
down.
at a sharp
Whoa.
angle.
Neat.